Who would like to start us off on the Zoom? Travis?
Coach, they outplayed you in the paint today, and out rebounded. Just how do you try to fix those small things to improve, keep it going as far as for the next game moving forward?
I think we got out everything today from an effort standpoint for sure. I thought Indiana came with a sense of urgency and a passion to win the game that we lacked for whatever reason. And so, I mean, you can fix things by playing harder. So we'll start there. We talked about that, that we're not a team that can just show up and just play the game. You got to show up and you got to compete and you got to have a level of passion, a level of connectedness that Indiana had that we just lacked the entire time. Rebounding always tells a story, and we got our butts kicked in rebounding the basketball by more than a double-figure margin. And they were obviously really intentional about guarding the paint. So were we, and that was our mindset. But they played behind the action versus our double teams or our digs on Boston or Smith, and or any kind of help. They made extra passes. They shared it. They made shots. We tried to make home run plays. We were not difficult to play against, and we needed the ball. Anytime we got the ball moving side to side, we had cutters. We screened. We shared it. We got a decent shot, whether we made it or not, but we got a decent shot. When we didn't do that, which was the bulk of the possessions, we were easy to play against, and we were taking what we would call home run shots, and they weren't going in.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Mike?
Well, hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Mike.
Can you talk about, on a positive, maybe Rachel's performance tonight?
Yeah, I was happy for Rachel. Coming off the Chicago game, I think Rachel, like first time playing with the apparatus that she has on her hand, she was pretty locked in, on trying not to think about that, and obviously really helped us, and led the bench, and obviously we needed it as LA only played 7 minutes in the first half, and just 20 on the game. So Rachel was a big lift for us.
Shirley, one more question. You've got 8 days till you play again. What are you focused on in those 8 days? I assume you get some time off in there maybe, but as a coaching staff, where do you go from after this one?
Yeah, I mean, we got to, obviously it's a long time before you can try to get the taste out of your mouth. So that's tough that you have such a long time that we have to sit on this one, but maybe that's good for us. We'll take some time off, as you said, and then we'll get back to work and practice, and we got to go travel. And, we got to make sure that we're not a team that just shows up and just goes through the motions. We're just not very good when we do that. We're just not. No team is. This league is too hard. I mean, Indiana is a team that's, has aspirations of being in the playoffs, and they've won half the games that we've won, and they played, with a determination to win that we lacked, and it doesn't make sense to me. But what can we do? We can, we certainly can schematically work on some stuff, but I mean, you have to play hard. The separation in this league of talent, from team to team. I mean, there's a couple teams that have maybe, some individual talent that maybe, not every team has depth-wise, but, the whole adage that, playing hard gets you really far. And that's what's gotten us to the point that we are, where people kind of think that we're overachieving. We play hard, we play together, and generally speaking, we share the ball. But Indiana outdid us in all of those areas in this game.
Any further questions?
Thank you.
Sorry.
Who's that?
Quick one, Cheryl. Noah here. I just wanted to ask with Dorka tonight, she played like 15 minutes or so. Seemed a little bit limited in terms of her impact, at least. Can you speak to how that sort of played out for her tonight?
Yeah, I think that's one of those things that, same thing with Dorka. First came back, she did rebound the ball, but, not having any practice time and kind of get right back out there, coming off the bench, which is a little bit different. We've got to get a group, as we have a healthy group, hopefully, that, we got to figure out rotations and how to be impactful in minutes that people play if it's not as much as they were used to playing. Whether that's Tiffany Mitchell, who was a starter and was playing north of 30 early on in the season. Certainly Bantam's been in her role. Nina's done a great job for us off the bench. So she's sort of accustomed to being, you know, like understanding how to impact. We just got to kind of nail down our rotation with our bigs and what we're running with that group. So we were, you know, we just, Indiana ran their stuff with such intentionality and pace, and then we lack that. And so we've got to kind of look at that and go, okay, when we have certain groups out there, what are we running? Help a player like Dorka. Dorka couldn't make an impact, like you said, just, you know, she's so good off the bounce. You know, but as a team, we just didn't play great offensively, and all the credit goes to Indiana.
Any further questions?
Thank you.